It's so good to be with you again today, and I just pray for you today that you'll live out the freedom that Jesus has authorized over your life. Amen. When you were created for purpose. God put everything in you that you need to become the person that He created you to be, and He wants you to live out this life in freedom. He wants you to be free in everything that you do. But for a lot of us, we don't live out our life's purpose or anything else because we are chained to our past. We're chained to our regrets, we're chained to our mistakes, and those are the very things that stop us from becoming all that Jesus created us to be. He wants us to live in the freedom that He's purchased for us. But it's the chain that holds us back. When I was little, you go to a circus and you see those big elephants, and they're incredible creatures, powerful as, in the wild, in their natural habitat, their natural identity, they can easily push over a tree, or they can rip a tree out of the ground, lift a tree up over their heads. They can do amazing feats of strength. They're incredibly powerful animals. Yet in a circus, when you look at them outside of the tent, you see that a stake is rammed into a ground, a chain is wrapped around that stake and then wrapped around the ankle of the elephant. And the elephant will go no further than the chain allows. And you think to yourself, in the wild, its identity is powerful, absolutely powerful. It can push over trees and lift trees. It can easily rip this stake out of the ground. It can easily, with one swipe of a leg, break this small chain. There's no doubt about it. The elephant is more than capable of, but for some reason it's lost its identity. Why is it so? When an elephant is a baby, it is trained to submit to the chain. The stake is put in the ground, the chain is wrapped around the stake and then wrapped around the little baby elephant's ankle. And when it takes off and all of a sudden it stops dead in its tracks because of this chain. And over a period of time, the little baby elephant submits to the power of the chain that's wrapped around its ankle, and it loses its identity. Its identity in the wild is to be a massive animal that can lift trees and push over trees. But it's lost its identity, and I think for a lot of us, we lose our identity as well, because God created us for purpose. He created us to do amazing things on this earth in His name. But we lose our identity because we have submitted to the chain. We're submitted to the chain of our past. We're submitted to the chain of our mistakes and our regrets. We continually submit to that chain. The moment we start pursuing God with everything that we've got, all of a sudden we feel this chain around our ankles and we think, I can't go any further. I can't do this. There's no way I can be all that God created me to be. And we submit to the power of the chain. God doesn't want you to submit to the power of the chain. He has freed you to be free. He hasn't freed you to be chained up again all the time in your thoughts and in your imaginations. And He hasn't chained you up so that you can never achieve what He created you to be. He has set you free. Look what it says in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. Therefore, we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. The writer is saying that we've got a race to run, and that's the purpose that you have in life. God has created you for purpose, and He wants you to run this race with endurance. But so often, because we have submitted ourselves to the chain of our past, our mistakes, our regrets, we can't move forward. And that's why he says lay aside. In the original Greek, it means to really just to refuse to recognize the past. No longer. When it comes up, refuse it. Entry into your mind. Refuse it. Entry into your thought pattern. Because the moment you give power to that chain again is the moment you stop. You see a lot of people, they push forward, they're going for it, and all of a sudden this chain that they've submitted to, it creates a bit of tension around their ankles, a bit of tension in their life, and all of a sudden they can't move forward anymore. And this is what we need to do. Verse 2. looking unto Jesus. I can finish right there actually. He's the author and finisher of our faith. Looking unto Jesus. At the end of the race, Jesus is waiting for you. Keep your eye on Jesus, because looking unto him, in verse 3 it says this, for consider him who endured such hostility from sinners against himself, lest you become weary and discouraged in your souls. Consider him. Look to him. He's already gone through the race. He already knows what it is. And verse 2 tells us further that he sits at the right hand of the Father, interceding for you and for me. He's on our side. No longer submit to that chain. No longer submit to the chain of your past. No longer submit to the chain of mistakes and regrets. But look to Jesus. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Keep looking at him. He's got your back. He will get you over the line if you'll just trust in him and live in the freedom that he has already authorized over your life. Amen. Have a good one. We'll catch up with you next time.